Now that we've got you up close and personal, I'm gonna first start with a little bit of chapstick because my lips get very chapped. Start with some face primer. I'm using the e.l.f. one. I feel like this one has gone really popular. Now I just put on some sunscreen. So sometimes if you apply your skincare right away and then add this right on top, it can kind of move your moisturizer and sunscreen around. So you really want to wait a couple minutes before applying anything. The e.l.f. Brow Lift. This has been actually one of my favorite products, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go in with that just a little bit and start applying it to the brow and brushing them up as if I got electrocuted. But I'm just gonna, I guess, talk through the get ready with me. Since today is a girls' night, we're doing game night, like a spooky, not spooky game night, but we're trying to keep it Halloween theme. So I'm also gonna do a charcuterie board, and I'm not a pro at those. I just buy whatever I think will look good together. One brow. So once it kind of looks like that, you can tell the difference. I'm just gonna line her. That way we don't look too crazy. And then do the same to the other brow. But anyway, I want to keep this kind of spooky Halloween theme. So I want to tell a story of, I guess, not like a haunted, not like a scary story really, more like I ran into a situation where it felt supernatural, even though this location, I've done my research and I have not found anything that states that there's paranormal activity or anything like that. So I don't know, but I'll tell you guys what happened. Let me just finish this brow because I can't multitask. I don't know why I'm doing this. So my scary story is, if you are from Orange County, then you've probably heard of the packing district in Anaheim. And there was an incident in the restroom. So just a quick little like not backstory, but a little FYI, I don't know why, but I have always been deadly afraid of public restrooms. Not like using a public restroom, but I feel like whenever I'm in a public restroom by myself, I always get these like eerie vibes. I don't know if it's from all the horror movies that I've seen, but I'm also very sensitive. I have sensitive hearing, and so because there's so much tile in those public restrooms, when you flush a toilet, the sound just like bounces everywhere, like, and it sounds so loud and it's overstimulating for me. I always freak out. Like I remember as a kid, I'd have to like hold my plug my ears when I would flush the toilet because they would just too loud, like it would scare me. And I'm not gonna lie, to this day I still do that. I don't know. And like I'd always ask my mom to go with me to the restroom, or a friend. Obviously now, like if it's just me and Marco, he can't go into the restroom with me, so I'll just like, whatever, I'll go alone. But I've had nightmares for as long as I can remember, and it's always me going into a restroom, like a public restroom, and I'm talking like morbid, like really gruesome dreams where there are body parts that are cut up and hung in the restroom. Yeah, so I think that's where my fear kind of stems from. I don't know why. I don't know where those dreams come from, but it's not the first time. Like they're usually repetitive. Like I've had the same dream for years. So if anybody is like a dream interpreter, let me know and let me know what that means. But yeah, so anyway, I'm at the packing house district with my friend, and you know, we're having snacks, we're eating, and I'm like, hey, I gotta go use the restroom. And I forgot what she had to do. I think she was in line to grab like a dessert. And so I was like, oh, stay here, like I'll be right back. Now mind you, this place gets pretty packed on the weekends, so I figured there's gotta be like a line or people in there. So when you walk into the restroom, there's a bit of a hallway before you reach the door. So I went in, walked down the hallway, opened the door, and I saw someone's feet in the stall on the other side. And I'm like, okay, whatever, like someone's in here. I'm just gonna come in, do my business, and get out. And oh, here we go. And so I'm in there doing my business, and I don't really hear the other person like doing their business. I don't know if they were just being like shy because I walked in. I'm done using the restroom, and there's no toilet paper, absolutely none. And I think it was that time of month too. So this was like an SOS, like I need to text my friend to get me some toilet paper. And so I text her, I'm like, hey, can you come in? I'm out of toilet paper, and you know that I'm on my time of month. And so she's like, yeah, I'll be right there. I'm just paying for my food. So anyway, the person in the stall, and I mean like a couple stalls down, like I'm not that weirdo that if someone's in one stall, I'm gonna go into the one right next to them, unless it's the only one that's open. So I'm waiting for her, and then I hear the person flush. I'm not gonna put it right there. I hear the person flush, walking out. Then my worst nightmare happened. The lights went out. Lights went out. I'm freaking out because I'm like, I'm already scared of the dark. I'm in a public restroom, and I hate public restrooms for my irrational fear of those nightmares. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I remember calling out to whoever was there. I was like, hello, did you turn off the lights? And it's quiet. And I'm like, hello. And then I hear the door open, and it's my friend walking in. But as she opened it, the lights went on. And I remember telling her like, hello, like just calling out like, hello, who's there? And it's my friend. And I'm like, she's like, hey, I'm here. Let me just grab some toilet paper from the other stall. And I was like, did somebody else just walk out? And she's like, what do you mean? Like, no, nobody walked out. And I'm like, yeah, like as the lights turned off, mind you, like when the lights turned off and she walked in, that was a matter of like 3 to 5 seconds. Like it happened really, really fast. And so she was like, no, like nobody walked out, or nobody's like behind me. And I just remember thinking like, between those 3 to 5 seconds, this person still had to walk down that hallway and bump into her. Cause it's not like a short hallway. It's I wanna say like maybe like a 10-second walk down the hallway. And no, she was like, I didn't see anybody coming out or coming in. And so when the lights turned off and I heard her come in and nobody was there, I'm like, what the fuck? Like it just, I don't know, it creeped me out because I'm like, somebody was in here. And I told her, I'm like, yo, somebody was in the restroom with me. They were using the restroom. I saw their feet in the stall. They flushed, came out, and then the lights turned off. Like they didn't even wash their hands. And then that's when she walked in and nobody was there. And I'm getting like goosebumps just thinking about it, because oh my god, like I've never been so scared in my life. And so yeah. that's my scary story. And I've done a lot of research on like the packing house. I know that it was used to like literally distribute oranges. I mean, Orange County. But I haven't heard or seen or read any stories about like haunted sightings. It is a very, very old building though, like a very old packing district. I want to say like the early 1900s. So I mean, there's got to be some type of paranormal activity. I mean, honestly, like there's no way that building has been around for what, almost like a little over 100 years, and there's no weird paranormal activity going on. That's my story. I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz, and now that like my brows are kind of up just a bit, as you can see, like you can easily manipulate them and move them around. All right, and then just kind of fill in like little sparse areas. I have the gel one, which I think might work a little better, but this is fine. And just like lightly feather them out, and then brush them out. Kind of get rid of any harsh lines. I always go in with concealer and clean up the brow if you want to, but I don't have a lot of time because I also have to make that spooky charcuterie board. But staying on the topic of spooky stories, on scary stories, I haven't really had any other like paranormal activity situations that I've been in. I'm gonna go in with the Rare Beauty palette. I used to be someone who loved scary movies as a kid, and I mean like love them. I remember being like 5 or 6 years old, and around Halloween time, Child's Play was on TV, and I was obsessed. Like I sat in front of the TV like this, like eyes glued, and I was so fascinated. Like, I mean, a little spooked out, sure, because you're a kid and there's like a creepy doll walking around, kind of ugly too, killing everybody. But I don't know, I had a love for horror films after that. And I remember always wanting to rent Child's Play, all of like the Chucky movies. I think my favorite one was The Seed of Chucky. I can't tell you how many freaking times I rented that movie as a kid. It's weird because I'm someone who was like terrified. I'm terrified of the dark. Like, I'm 28, and if I'm walking from the kitchen to the bedroom, and it's only even like, it's like what, 5 steps really? I have to turn on like this light, turn it off, but make sure that the bathroom light is on and the bedroom light is on. That way I can kind of turn them off as I'm walking and I'm not left in the dark. I think one of the scariest movies that I've ever seen to this day is The Haunting in Connecticut. I think it came out in the early 2000s, but I remember it being on TV. I think it was on TV. No, I rented that one. And yeah, because I wasn't old enough to go see it in theaters. But I remember it being advertised on TV, so I had to wait until you were able to rent the movie. But when I did rent it, it kind of scarred me. Like, to this day, I still think about that one scene where they find like a little, was it like a box of, it looked like little leaves. It ended up being like cut eyelids that were dried out. That, like, who thinks of that? Really, really creepy. Anyway, and if I remember correctly, I think it's about a kid who has like, who's sick. I can't remember if it's like cancer, but he's really sick. And so they move into this house to, I don't know if it was like to be closer to the hospital. I'm gonna have to Google that because I can't remember, because I think I only watched that movie 1 or 2 times as a kid, and I couldn't watch anymore because that one did kind of freak me out. So yeah, I was also a huge American Horror Story fan. For sure the best season was Asylum. Creepy, really creepy. Like, you gotta admit, Asylum was like a whole different level. Like, Coven was also really good, but I feel like you can't compare the two. Like they're so different. And then your girl got something called anxiety. And I really struggled with my anxiety for a couple years, to the point where I think now I still can't watch horror films, especially psychological thrillers. I'm very sensitive to that, and that is a-okay. So yeah, I don't watch horror films anymore. My husband is really into true crime. So whenever he watches his videos or his series, I'm in the other room. I also really like that grungy grunge look, grungy grunge. For the blush, I was obsessed with Hope, and then my cousin gave me the Encourage one. I was a little thrown off by the color difference. This one really gives like nice sun-kissed look. This one, I don't know, man, it's gorgeous. Like, it's darker. I'll just put a little bit, or I usually apply it right there and right there, and a little bit on my nose. So I'm gonna clearly need more. the nose. I don't blend it out, I just really go in. Because I feel like if I need to add more, I could just kind of hold it all together. Make sure it's blended out. Always, of course, can't forget the nose. Shimmery eyeshadow and just like very, oh my god, I can't see, I'm like cross-eyed. Just tap it on my eyelid. Up here, clean up your lips a little bit. I put on these cute little orange earrings. I do have a little gold necklace that I want to put on, but I can't with these nails, so I'm gonna wait for Marco. Socks, look how cute! Are you kidding me? I have another pair like this. I have another pair like this, but he's wearing like a little collared shirt. Adorable. Throw her on to give that fall feel. And I'm gonna let go of my hair tie here. Clips. Alright, let me just grab some hair oil. I want to say it's pumps, I think. Just like 2 pumps. Sometimes I use up to like 5 pumps, depending on like how dry my hair is. But I did use a treatment on it last night, so as you can tell, I was able to style it without too much of a frizz. Now, the lighting might be a little weird. The finished look. All right, now I'm gonna charge my battery because we still have to film the charcuterie board. Did I say it right? Charcuterie, something like that. Okay, so this is it. I might do a belt, like a gold belt to kind of match the jewelry, but we'll see. And I still need to put on my rings. Okay, see you in a bit. We should set the mood first. And, all right, sweet. All right, so I've got all of my fruit washed. She's rinsed, she's good to go. Oh, that's from the grapes. I got all of my cute little accessories on the countertop. I did wipe down my countertop. It's disinfected, cleaned, so this is good to go.